Hey guys, welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. Where we left off here in Flemeth Morgan's hut, just completed the Tower of Ishal, and I believe we have some codex to read here. I'm hoping to get through this. It's about an hour before my son's graduation, kindergarten graduation, and I'm hoping to have this edited and coming out around 6 Central. So once this uploads, I should be at my daughter's first softball game, which is exciting. And I think we read this here. I believe this was on here. Postcards of... yeah, we read that. Okay. So, Glenlocks. We've read this, but it updated the mercenaries. The most intelligent of alphas become gifted sorcerers with abilities akin to blood magic. These are the enemies, and they are usually only appear during a blight. And then we have Ogre. Towering over the Darkspawn kin, the massive ogres are a rare sight on the battlefield. Traditionally, they only appear during a blight, but some records claim that ogres have a spotted in the deep roads, hunting alone and in small groups. At least one report by the Grey Wardens claimed that an ogre was spotted alone in the Kokori Wilds in 919 Dragon, though it was weakened and easily dispatched. Up to 100 of these creatures can accompany a darkspawn horde at any one time during a blight, often using their great strength to burst through fortifications and demolish the front lines of their opposing army. They use brute force to charge their enemies like bulls, slam the ground with their fists to shake enemies off their feet, and hurl giant rocks into the face of oncoming foes. Melee can be difficult against a giant that snatches a warrior up in one hand, crushing the life out of him, or beat him into oblivion with the other hand. The nimble can try to wiggle his way free, or an ally can attempt to array a stunning blow on an org to free the comrade in danger. Grey Warden lore urges caution when slaying an ogre, unless it is ensured that they have received a majority wound to the head or the heart. It's possible that they are lying dormant, and they will regenerate to full health within a matter of minutes. During a blight, most Grey Wardens recommend burning all Darkspawn to ash, dead ogres in particular. Alright. Items. We have the Harvest Azel, I believe that's a shield. Harvard was Mantra's closest friend. They were children together in the same Alvar clan. They fought side by side in so many battles that sorry, I keep butchering stuff. Blah 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 blah. Anyway, dubbed him Harvard the Agus. Better to have at his side than any shield. Mothrath brought Harvard with him to meet the Deventers. It was unthinkable to stand before his enemies without his Agus. When he understood that Mera was giving Andraste over to be executed, Harvard, unwilling to draw his sword against his friend and liege, placed himself between Andraste and the Deventer soldiers. The Deventers struck him down, and Mera left him for dead. But Agus was not so easily destroyed. Harvard lived and made his way, gravely wounded, to the gates of Minrathus to stop the execution. Too late. He found only ashes of the prophet, left to the wind and rain. When his fingers touched the air, his ears filled with song, and he saw a vision of Andraste dressed in clothes of starlight. She knelt at his side, saying, "Rise, Agus of the faith. The Maker shall never forget you so long as as I remember. His wounds healed instantly, and with the new strength, Harvard gathered up Andraste's remains and carried them safely back to the lands of Amaranthine. Characters. Nothing updated here. King Kalen. I hope for the war, like in the tales. King riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. Son of legend, King Merrick Thurin. Kalen was the first Ferelden king born into a land free from foreign rules in 2 generations. Since his father's death, he has held a throne alongside his queen, Honora. He fell in battle alongside Duncan at Ostagar. This is probably the only thing that has updated in him, and probably be the only thing after. Sir Cothran. Some of us know what honor and loyalty are. Cothran came to Logain's service the hard way. She belonged to a poor family and was out doing work on the farm when she saw a man on horseback being attacked by several bandits. She rushed to his assistance and found out blatantly that the man she saved was none other than the great hero Logain. Though she was hardly more than a child, he took her in, offering her a position with his soldiers, and she climbed through the ranks through sheer determination. This is going to be a crappy episode. I apologize. Becoming the commander of Merrick's shield, Logain's elite soldier was the proudest moment of her life. Duncan. I know we read some of these, but we read that part, so this is the only part that is updated. He was killed in battle against overwhelming numbers of Darkspawn at Ostagar alongside with King Kalen. Logan McTeer, we read almost all this, except for the bottom here. During the Battle of Ostagar, he fled the fields, leaving King Kalen and the Grey Warrens to die. Good history on Logan is the first 2 books. You understand kind of what is happening in Logain's mind. Yeah. I believe it's this one, and what he was thinking. So we'll read this, the history of the Chantry, Chapter 1. The first blight devastated the Tevinter Imperium. Not only had the Darkspawn ravaged the countryside, but Tevinter citizens had faced the fact that their own gods had turned against them. Dumont, the old god, once known as a dragon of silence, had risen to silence the world. Despite their frenzy and pleas for help, other gods did nothing. The people of the Imperium began to question their faith, murdering priests and burning temples to punish their gods for not returning to help. In those days, even after the devastation of the first blight, the Imperium stretched across the unknown world, fringing with barbarian tribes. The Imperium was well prepared for an invasion and attack from without. Fitting then that the story of the downfall begins from within. The people of the far north and eastern reaches of the Imperium rose up against their powerful overlords in a rebellion. The Tevinter managed some demons to put down these small rebellions, leaving corpse to burn as an example to all those who would dare revolt. The Imperium began to tear itself apart from within. Throng of angry and disillusioned citizens doing what centuries of opposing armies could not, but the managers were confident in their power, and they could not imagine surviving a blight only to be destroyed by their own subjects. Even after the blight, Tevinter commanded an army larger than that of any other nation in Thedas. But the army was scattered, and it was mortal dwindling. The ruins of Deventer was such that the Armani barbarians who spread their clans and hold over the wilderness of Ferelden's valleys at the far southeast edges of the Imperium saw weakness in their enemy, and after an age of oppression embarked on a campaign not only to free their own lands, but to bring down the mighty Deventer as well. The leader of the Blessed Campaigns were the great barbarian warlord Mothras and his wife Andraste. They dreamed and ambitions would change the world forever. From the Tales of Destruction of Thedas by Brother Genotivi, Chantry's Scholar. Sorry, I hiccuped through that. And then we're not worrying about controls. Alright. Let's head out, right? I don't have anything in here that I need. See, that's the armor, or the shield. We'll take that. Thank you. Level up. And out we go.
See, here is your fellow Grey Warden. You worry too much, young man.
You're alive. I thought you were dead for sure.
I'm fine. I appreciate your concern.
Oh, this doesn't seem real. If it weren't for Morrigan's mother, we'd be dead on top of that tower.
Do not talk about me as if I am not present, lad.
I didn't mean... But what do we call you? You've never told us your name?
Names are pretty, but useless. The chastened folk call me Flemeth. I suppose it will do.
The Flemeth? From the legends? Daveth was right. You're the Witch of the Wilds, aren't you?
And what does that mean? I know a bit of magic, and it has served you both well, has it not?
So why did you save us?
Well, we cannot have all the Grey Wardens dying at once, can we? Someone has to deal with these dark spawn. It has always been the Grey Warden's duty to unite the lands against the Blight. Or did that change when I wasn't looking?
Of course not.
But we were fighting the dark spawn. The king had nearly defeated them. Why would Loghain do this?
Now that is a good question. Men's hearts hold shadows darker than any tainted creature. Perhaps he believes the Blight is an army he can outmaneuver. Perhaps he does not see that the evil behind it is the true threat.
The archdemon.
What is this archdemon exactly?
It is said that long ago, the Maker sent the old gods of the ancient Tevinter Imperium to slumber in prisons deep beneath the surface. An archdemon is an old god awakened and tainted by darkspawn. Believe that or not, history says it's a fearsome and immortal thing, and only fools ignore history.
We should contact the rest of the Grey Wardens.
Kaelin already summoned them. They'll come if they can, but I expect Loghain has already taken steps to stop them. We must assume they won't arrive in time.
What does the Ten hope to gain by betraying the king?
The throne? He's the Queen's father. Still, I can't see how he'll get away with murder.
You speak as if he would be the first king to gain his throne that way. Grow up, boy.
If Al-Eamon knew what he did, he would never stand for it. The Landsmeet would never stand for it. There would be civil war.
Al-Eamon, the Ara of Redcliffe?
I suppose. Al-Eamon wasn't at Ostagar. He still has all his men. And he was Kaelin's uncle. I know him. He's a good man, respected in the Landsmeet. Of course, we could go to Redcliffe and appeal to him for help.
What about the treaties Flemeth gave us?
See? There is a smart lass.
Of course! The treaties. Grey Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during a blight.
I may be old, but dwarves, elves, mages, this Al-Eamon, and who knows what else. This sounds like an army to me.
So can we do this? Go to Redcliffe and these other places and build an army?
Why not? Isn't that what Grey Wardens do?
So you are set then. ready to be Grey Wardens.
I'll be happy with just staying alive.
Come to think of it, that would be nice.
Well, don't expect me to do everything. There is, however, one more thing I can offer you.
The stew is bubbling, Mother dear. Shall we have 2 guests for the eve, or none?
The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly, girl. And you will be joining them.
Such a shame. What?
You heard me, girl. The last time I looked, you had ears.
I'm sorry, there's a cat distracting me. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear her, but she's talking a mile a minute and bumping into my mouse. So let's hopefully not ruin anything here while we're recording while she's sitting on my lap. I think that's an excellent idea. Or wait, no, let's do this one. Thank you. But if Morgan doesn't wish to join us...
Her magic will be useful. Even better, she knows the wilds and how to get past the Horde.
Have I no say in this?
You have been itching to get out of the wilds for years. Here is your chance. As for you, Wardens, consider this repayment for your lives.
Very well, we'll take her with us.
Not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but won't this add to our problems? Out of the wilds, she's an apostate.
If you do not wish help from us illegal mages, young man, perhaps I should have left you on that tower.
Point taken.
Mother, this is not how I wanted this. I'm not even ready.
You must be ready. Alone, these 2 must unite for Eldon against the Darkspawn. They need you, Morrigan. Without you, they will surely fail, and all will perish under the Blight. Even I.
I... understand.
And you, Wardens, do you understand? I give you that which I value above all in this world. I do this because you must succeed.
She will not come harm, or she won't come to harm with us.
Allow me to get my things,
Because
if you
I'll
please.
probably leave her behind. As much as I love Morgan, I love her more in the third one.
I am at your disposal, Grey Wardens. I suggest a village north of the
Wow, you're
wilds
welcome.
as our first destination. 'Tis not far, and you will find much you need there. Or, if you prefer, I shall simply be your silent guide. The choice is yours.
No, I prefer you speak your mind.
You will regret saying that.
Dear, sweet mother, you are so kind to cast me out like this. How fondly I shall remember this moment.
Well, I always said, if you want something done, do it yourself. Or hear about it for a decade or 2 afterwards.
Do you really want to take her along because her mother says so?
We need all the help we can get.
I guess you're right. The Grey Wardens have always taken allies
sweet,
where they could
honey.
find them.
I am so pleased to have your approval.
Actually, I have some questions.
I may have answers. Ask.
Are you really Flemeth's daughter?
'Twas she who raised me, and thus I consider her my mother, born from her womb or not. 'Tis what you meant, yes?
It's just difficult to imagine her a mother.
Young, married, pregnant. Who said she was any of these things? I certainly did not.
Have you ever been outside the wilds?
From time to time, I have been to the village I mentioned, watched its people, and pondered what curious beings they are. On occasion, I purchased goods from the village merchants. There I spoke with men a little. There they stared and knew me as an outsider. Mother wishes for me to expand the horizon of my experience beyond the wilds. Even she was not born here.
Is that what you want?
What I want is to see mountains. I wish to witness the ocean and step into its waters. I want to experience a city rather than see it in my mind. So, yes, this is what I want. Actually, leaving is harder than I thought, however. Perhaps Mother is right. It must simply be done quickly.
Tell me about the village to the north.
'Tis a small place of little consequence called Lothering. No more than a stop along your Imperial Highway where travelers purchase goods from local farms and smiths. I would go more often were it not for the town's chantry. It makes the village particularly intolerant and unpleasant for a stranger such as me.
A chantry? And they never in all this time thought that maybe you were a witch?
Of course they have. They even called out their Templars once. They found nothing.
Is there a reason to go to Lothering, then?
I mention it for its tavern, where travellers gather with news from other places. 'Tis small enough that our appearance might go unnoticed. Beyond that, 'tis close, and I know the way.
How are we going to get past the Darkspawn?
The real question is how we are going to get your friend past the Darkspawn, is it not?
That's true. We can sense the Darkspawn. Conversely, they can sense us.
I don't sense any Darkspawn.
You won't right away. No. It takes time. We should be able to sneak past smaller groups, but larger ones, or particularly intelligent Darkspawn, will always detect us.
Mother has given me something else for them to smell instead as we pass by. 'Tis important we head out of the wilds, however, not farther in.
The Darkspawn are camped further in the forest?
They come from underground, like an eruption. They broke through deep within the forest, and that is where they will be most concentrated.
What skills do you have, exactly?
I know a few spells, though I am nowhere near as powerful as Mother. I have also studied history and your Grey Warden treaties.
Can you cook?
I can cook, yes.
Never mind him. You don't have to cook.
You missed your chance. Now it's Charred Rabbit from here on out.
I have no more questions.
Farewell, Mother. Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return to a burned-down hut.
Bah! 'Tis far more likely you will return to see this entire area, along with my hut, swallowed up by the blight.
All I meant was...
Yes, I know. Do try to have fun, dear.
So, if you've ever played this, you know that the relationship between Flemeth and Morgan are very strained, complicated, all that and above. Even with my mom is like my best friend, so for me it's hard to kind of phantom on that relationship because it sounds more like my dad and me. So my dad and I are so much alike, and I think these two are so alike too that it's hard for them to deal in the actual love aspect of their relationship. Basically, they just don't know how to act together. And that's quite alright. You know, not everybody has a good relationship. They bump heads. But you wouldn't want to change it at all just because, you know, you love your parents no matter what the situation is. Or you can absolutely hate them. I've come across people that absolutely hate their parents, which that's alright, you know, to each its own. It happens to the best of us. Like my other half, his mom and him and his stepfather, they have kind of like a relationship. Flemeth and Morgan have very strained, unforgiving, and he just doesn't talk to that side as much as he talks to his real dad, who's been there for him for like forever. So it just kind of is a strained relationship, and it's hard to watch, not only for him, but they tend to ignore their grandkids too. So, and it's hard because, you know, my kids are my life, my world, and to see them being treated like that and, you know, even my other half being treated that way as well. It's just hard to watch. And, yeah. I mean, and they don't look for sympathy. They just kind of shrug it off and walk away, and it's hard for my daughter to do it, but she's kind of used to it now, which is just shames, because no child should just be used to something like that. But anyway, enough chit chat. Also, we waited a long time for me to record this. If you want to know what's been going on in my life that I couldn't record, go ahead and watch Horizon or Baldur's Gate right in the beginning. I talk about it in those episodes. But off we go here, and we should get a cutscene here.
And I expect each of you to supply these men. We must rebuild what was lost at Ostagar, and quickly. There are those who would take advantage of our weakened state if we let them. We must defeat this Darkspawn incursion, but we must do so sensibly and without hesitation.
Your lordship, if I might speak. You have declared yourself Queen Anora's regent, and claim we must unite under your banner for our own good. But what of the army lost at Ostagar? Your withdrawal was most fortuitous.
Everything I have done has been to secure Ferelden's independence. I have not shirked my duty to the throne, and neither will any of you!
The Banorn will not bow to you simply because you demand it.
Understand this. I will brook no threat to this nation from you or anyone.
Van Tegan, please!
Your Majesty, your father risks civil war. If Eamon were here...
Van Tegan, my father is doing what is best.
Did he also do what was best for your husband, your Majesty?
Wake up, gentlemen. More travelers to attend to. I'd guess the pretty one is the leader.
They don't look much like them others, you know. Maybe we should just let these ones pass.
Nonsense. Greetings, travelers.
Highwaymen, preying on those fleeing the Darkspawn, I suppose.
They are fools to get in our way. I say, teach them a lesson.
How was that any way to greet someone? A simple 10 silvers and you're free to move on.
Perhaps you should listen to your friend. We're not refugees.
What did I tell you? No wagons, and this one looks armed.
We're all
The toll applies
armed,
to everyone,
dear boy.
Heinrich. That's why it's a toll, and not, say, a refugee tax.
Oh, right. Even if you're no refugee, you still gotta pay.
Yeah, forget it. I'm not paying.
Well, I can't say I'm pleased to hear that. We have rules, you know.
Right. We get to ransack your corpse then. Those are the rules.
Huh, you certainly can try.
Well, this is going nowhere. Let's finish this, gents.
Yeah!
No. We're getting him. You're gonna go ahead and get him. You're going after him. And Morgan, you're getting... Sorry. I said Morgan, and my oldest dog came running. Whoops. I did not want to do that. Okay, well, let's just read this here quick, why it's highlighted. Lothering. In ancient times, Lothering was a little more than a trading post that served the fortress of Ostegard to the south. Nowadays, it's a larger service, Redcliffe, that community of merchants and resurfaced dwarves near Osmar. Its location on the North Road gives it a strong strategic value, so controlling Lothering has historically been a matter of contention between the southern Bonor and the southern Reach Arling. King Kalen himself stepped in and awarded the town to the South Reach in XL which has largely ended in feud, or at least appearance of it. In the Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantley Scholar by Brother Genetivi. And yeah, okay, let's not do this right now. Thank you. Alright, let's go. Get him. Where are you going? No. No, take care of him. I see. Thank you. Would you guys please take care of what you need to do here first? Good. Okay. Now. Do I need to come and help, or you got it?
That's it!
That's better.
All right.
That's what I like
We
to
surrender.
see.
We're just
I mean,
trying
you
to get
surrender.
by before the dog spawn get us all.
You picked the wrong target.
Yes, of course. We should have been more careful. I'm sorry.
Hand over everything you've stolen.
Yes, of course. The coins we collected are right here. Just over 100 silvers. The rest is in the chests we brought. I swear.
You follow my lead, I can use some soldiers.
What, are you joking, right? I could never be a soldier.
Or you can die, your choice.
I'm not going down without a fight.
I approve.
Good, I'm glad you approve. Item received. It's probably this, yes. Equipped, and let's go.
Very well.
We're definitely going to read this because we're going to complete this right away. A note from Sir Henrik. So many of my fellow knights have been searching for the urn. Surely one of them must have found Brother Genetivi by now. Still, until I hear that all is well, I must proceed as planned. Brother Genetivi holds the key to finding the urn of sacred ashes. We always knew this, but I believe I now know where Brother Genetivi lies. I have been to his home in Denham and found the trail, and I am amazed that the other knights have not done likewise, unless they have. No, it is best not to get caught up in the thoughts of conspiracy. Sir Donald awaits my report in Lothering. I must go to him immediately and report what I have learned. Should anyone find these ramblings, all I ask is that he be informed of my fate. I pray that he completes what I cannot. A note from Sir Henrik of Redcliffe. I was gonna say, come on. And we're gonna do a little bit of traps. And we're gonna do this. Perfect. Now let's go to our cutscene here.
Well, there it is. Lothering. Pretty as a painting.
Ah, so you have finally decided to rejoin us, have you? Falling on your blade in grief seemed like too much trouble, I take it.
Is my being upset so hard to understand? Have you never lost someone important to you? Just what would you do if your mother died?
Before or after I stopped laughing.
Right, very creepy. Forget I asked.
Alistair. You have been very quiet, Alistair.
Yes, I know. I was just thinking.
No wonder it took so long, then.
Oh, I get it. This is the part where we're shocked to discover how you've never had a friend your entire life.
I can be friendly when I desire to. Alas, desiring to be more intelligent does not make it so.
Anyway, I thought we should talk about where we intend to go first.
I need to look for Fergus. He might still be alive.
He was out scouting in the wilds, wasn't he? That's what the king said.
Then attempting to look for him there would be foolish. He is either dead or he managed to flee to the north.
Very sensitive.
I am simply saying that it is foolish to mount a rescue when you have no notion where this man is and the wilds are overrun with darkspawn. You will either find him somewhere outside the wilds with other survivors, or not at all.
Well, I guess we should try and use these treaties, I assume.
I agree. Have you looked at them?
We're gonna leave that be. We're not gonna argue with her. Yes, I have.
There are 3 main groups that we have treaties for. The Dalish Elves, the Dwarves of Orzammar, and the Circle of Magi. I also still think that Arleman is our best bet for help. We might even want to go to him first.
And then we need to find these people.
I can give you directions, if you like.
Where do we find Arl Eamon?
He'll be at Castle Redcliffe, in the far western part of Ferelden, next to the mountain passes. If he isn't there, someone will be able to tell us where he is.
I'm pretty sure she knows that, but hey. I don't think she knows about the Dalish, so we're gonna ask.
If we head eastward, towards the Brazilian forest, we should hear word of one of the clans that wanders that area. Hopefully they will still be there.
Where do we find the dwarves?
We would need to speak to their king in Orzammar. That means heading west into the Frostback Mountains, which won't be easy.
Where do we find the Circle of Magi?
That will be at their tower on Lake Cousland-Part to the north. We'll be looking for the first enchanter, whoever that is.
And I'm pretty sure she'd probably know that, depending that she is a Tenna, or, you know, close to one. She is now, not that her family has passed away, but she probably does know where they are. Where would Logan be exactly?
If he isn't out in the field with his army, he's probably going to be at the palace in Denerim. We can go to Denerim, but somehow I suspect that they're not going to let us just walk around. Only a suspicion, of course.
I don't need any more directions.
Then you have a plan.
Is there any way to contact the Grey Wardens?
Short of leaving Ferelden to seek them out, the only place to send word to would be Weishaupt Fortress. And that's thousands of miles away.
And why are you leaving this up to me?
Well, I don't know where we should go. I'll do whatever you decide.
Now that is unsurprising.
Arleman is a good man, but I don't know for sure he's where we should go. I'm not going to fight about it.
Sorry, I had a text there. What do you think we should do, Morgan?
Go after your enemy directly. Find this man Loghain and kill him. The rest of this business with the treaties can then be done in safety.
Yes, he certainly wouldn't see that coming, and it's not like he has the advantage of an army and experience and...
I was asked for my opinion and I gave it. If your wish is to come up with reasons why something cannot be done, we will stand here until the Darkspawn are upon us.
I'm not sure any of this is a good idea.
I'm not sure I like any of it either, but we don't have a lot of choice in the matter.
Of course you have a choice. You could run and forget about it all. Let the Darkspawn do as they wish until other Grey Wardens come. If they come.
That's what you call a choice?
It may not be a good choice, but it's a choice nevertheless. We all choose our path, even when it seems there is only one direction we should go.
How enlightening. At any rate, I'll stay with you whatever you decide.
I'm ready to get going.
Fair enough. Let's head into the village whenever you're ready.
Okay. Let's see if Barkspawn can find me some goodies. See anything interesting? He does not. Okay. That's all right. And let's do it here. Perfect. Okay. Oh, we're gonna chit-chat.
So let's talk about your mother for a moment.
Very well. Talk about your mother.
Well, there's nothing to talk about. And besides, isn't your mother a scary witch who lives in the middle of a forest? Much more interesting.
To you, perhaps, you would find the moss growing upon a stone interesting.
You know what's more interesting than that? Apostates, mages outside of the tower. That's illegal, you know.
You did not read that in a book
I love
somewhere,
this.
did you?
Mom, look
I
at
hope the small
how
letters
different
did not
this
strain
child
you
is.
overmuch.
Oh, we could not talk about your mother. That works for me.
You there. If you're looking for safe shelter,
Ah, look how they moan and wail. As you say, sad to watch how helplessly they scurry about.
It's just a guess, but I'm thinking everyone in Lothering is aware of the approaching Darkspawn horde.
Yeah.
Greetings to you, milady. If it isn't too much to ask,
What happened to your hair?
might you be able to spare some bread?
And this bothers me, even with or without mods. She doesn't have ears like her mom and dad. It drives me crazy. What happened to you?
We thought it would be safer in Lothering, that the Terran would bring his soldiers here. But bandits attacked us and took everything. Our food, our clothes, my daughter's pet lamb. Nobody cares about a few elves. Can you help us?
I met those bandits. They're dead now.
You killed them?
That's wonderful news. Perhaps our belongings are still there.
I can't thank you enough, friend. Even if we don't get everything back, it's good to know others will be safe.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm cold. I don't like this.
Poor child. Let's go talk. Really? Come on. Try again.
Have you seen my mother?
That depends. Who's your mother?
She's really tall, and she has red hair. We live on a big farmhold, all of us. Some mean men with swords came, and Mother told me to run to the village as fast as I could, so I did. She said she'd be right behind me, but I've been waiting and waiting, and I can't see her.
Do you know where your father is?
He went with William to the neighbours yesterday, but he didn't come back.
Come with me. I'll help you look for your mother.
Mother said I wasn't to go with anyone. I'm supposed to wait for her here, in the village.
Go to the chantry, child. Someone will look for you. Or look after you.
I will, but only if I don't find Mother first. You're a really nice lady. Kind of like Mother. I should go look for her.
Poor kid. I'm not gonna find her, bud. Alright. Chantry board?
The chanters are still operating their board. Now that's dedication.
Ah, the chantry board. Yes, let us run errands for the betterment of mankind as well as a few coppers.
Oh, Morgan. Why are you so hateful? I mean...
And Eileen
goodness.
spoke unto the masses,
A
my
woman's
hearth
gonna
is
stand right in
yours,
front of me.
my bread is yours, my life is yours. For all who walk in the sight of the Maker are one.
Greetings. You don't talk much, do
Let
ya?
all repeat the chant of light. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.
He can't answer you. He's chanted Devons.
You got a boob in your way. Or face. That's wrong, but still. Is he touched in the head or something?
No, he's a chanter. One of them that can only say the chant of light. His board has
there
letters
you
of
are.
good deeds to be doing. My father fixed Widow Allison's roof once, and the charter paid him, he did.
A learned
with
child
a
is a
hand in your
blessing
face.
upon his parents and unto the Maker.
It's like a vow of silence, then. He can't talk normally.
Unless it's the chant of light, no.
And so Rajmael in the heathen temple recanted. Speak only the word, sing only the chant, then the golden city is thine, spoke Andraste.
A chanter says what?
What?
Oh, you got him to speak.
What hath man's sin wrought?
Oh, he cheated.
I love that. I do that every time, and I still laugh at it every time. Have anything interesting on the board? And she finally leaves as the conversation's coming to the end.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
Bandits everywhere. As a transcript on behalf of Sir Bryant, a Templar and defender of the faith. Oops. Did not mean to do that. Known that all of those who prey upon the refugees so do under a pain of death. The Maker spurns bandits and their kind. The Templars offer a sizable reward for the apprehension or execution of the bandit leader plying their trade in the northern woods and roads. Beware, the bandits are numerous and of considerable skill. Only the well-armed and the well-trained party should brave the deep woods. We pray for the success of any who undertake this mission. Residents of good standing and passing travelers that have indicated that there are 3 bandit groups in the northern woods. This is humble chanter will echo Sir Bryant's caution, lest you wind up another victim of these evil men. The reward for such services is 3 sovereigns. May the Maker look after his children in our hour of need. Alright, we accept. Let's go ahead. We're going to go over the bridge and probably cut into some talking again.
Tell me something. Did you live there in that forest your entire life?
I left it on occasion, but I always returned. Why? Is that so strange?
It was my home.
Home?
But it was...
Hello, stranger.
Hello, Alice.
Don't suppose you know anyone that can
Elsa?
make traps?
What do you need traps for?
Old man Barlin said that Darkspawn may be coming soon. He's got traps on his farm. I figured I'd put a few on my lands. Barlin wants to poison his traps. I just want normal traps.
Why don't you just buy some?
None to be had. Barlin has all the traps in the village in his fields.
Barlin has poison traps on his land?
He doesn't have any poison yet, thank the Maker. So his fields are just full of
Not
traps. He can be a bit eccentric.
I'm quite familiar with traps and the like.
I would happily pay you to make some. There's wood and nails and other goods around the village and the forest. But you probably already know that. Sorry. Come back if you make some.
I won't need to come back. I have traps for you.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you, stranger.
And that's why we equip Alistair with 1 tier of traps. I don't usually use traps for remaining.
I wonder, Alistair, if you will indulge me.
Do I have a choice?
Of the 2 of you that remain, are you not the senior Grey Warden here? I find it curious that you allow another to lead while you follow.
You find that curious, do you?
In fact, you defer to a new recruit. Is this the policy of the Grey Wardens, or simply a personal one?
What do you want to hear? That I prefer to follow? I do.
You sound so very defensive.
Couldn't you crawl into a bush somewhere and die? That would be great, thanks.
Children, children.
You got a bed for the night? You taken care of?
Actually, I was more hoping I could help you.
Don't need blades right now. We need beds, food, and an end to all these sad sots. I don't suppose you know anything of tonics, medicines, or herbs.
I don't, but my friend does.
Then you may be able to do us a lot of good. All manner of travellers come through, many injured or sick. We do our best, but we're out of supplies. There's medicinal herbs in the woods to the north. If you make a few poultices, I'll scrape together some sort of payment. I'll write all you need to know in this note here.
Let's see here. I think I have. Last policy. We got it.
Have any luck finding herbs in the woods?
I didn't need them. Here you go.
This will help many people. You're a good sort, you know.
I did it for the money. So I don't know how good that makes me.
Yesterday said he was from Redcliffe.
He talked to everyone in the tavern.
All
How
right,
are we
let's go
supposed
for
to
a
know where
battle.
the urn of...
Well, look what we have here, then. I think we've just been blessed.
Uh-oh. Logain's men. This can't be good.
Didn't we spend all morning asking about a woman by this very description, and everyone said they hadn't seen her?
It seems we were lied to.
You're very pretty.
Gentlemen,
in that new
surely there is
robe.
no need for trouble. These are no doubt simply more poor souls seeking refuge.
They're more than that. Now stay out of our way, sister. You protect these traitors, you'll get the same as them.
It looks like he's wants a fight, and I'm happy to oblige
Right,
it.
let's make this quick.
Quit my ass here. Alright. Let's go him. Dog, go him. Alistair. Take him on. Now.
Right, you've won.
That's a
We
lot of
surrender.
blood.
Good. They've learned their lesson and we can all stop fighting now.
They aim to butcher us. They deserve no mercy.
Please wait!
They have surrendered. They were no match for you. Let them be.
Do you think they would have done it in the other way around? No, but we're going to say they were going to go ahead and kill us.
But they failed, and I do not wish death on anyone.
Fine. They should leave, and quickly.
Yes, thank you, thank you!
I apologize for interfering, but I couldn't just sit by and not help.
So I see, where does a sister learn to fight like that?
I wasn't born in the Chantry, you know. Many of us had more colorful lives before we joined. Let me introduce myself. I am Liliana, one of the lay sisters of the Chantry here in Lothering. Oh, I was.
I'm Alara. A pleasure.
Those men said you're a Grey Warden. You will be battling the Darkspawn, yes? That is what Grey Wardens do. I know after what happened you will need all the help you can get. That's why I'm coming along.
I'm sorry, sister, but you're very mistaken.
Oh, I thought you might say that. But you see, the Maker wants me to join you.
Can you elaborate?
I know that sounds absolutely insane, but it's true. I had a dream. A vision.
More crazy? I thought we were all full up.
Look at the people here. They are lost in their despair, and this darkness, this chaos, will spread. The Maker doesn't want this. What you do, what you are meant to do, is the Maker's work. Let me help.
Very well. I will not turn help when it's offered.
Perhaps your skull was cracked worse than Mother thought.
Thank you. I appreciate being given this chance. I will not let you down.
Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Hello, my friends. Alright, so I love Liliana. I don't like the religious aspect of her, but her religious aspect comes later in, you know, in the other ones, and the way she handles herself. I really don't mind her thoughts of religious. It's not so bad. There's worse things in life. But she doesn't really try to push too much. I mean, she does a little bit, but She doesn't go too overboard. What do I want? Do I want the additional? I want the additional spots on it. I'm getting that until I get you an actual one that will work for you. And you can have one of those. You can have one of those. But I absolutely love Liliana. I do not care too much for Morgan or Liliana's romance. I mean, they're okay, and I have done them, and I don't mind them, but it's not something... I don't like that on you, huh? We could probably... Root trail, okay. Alright, we're just gonna throw down our stuff. Because if I don't do this now, I will forget, and then we'll be in the middle of battle, and I'll be like, ah! Why didn't I remember to do it? You know, that kind of stuff. But anyway, I have romance Liliana and Morgan both. My top two obviously is Zev and Alistair. Those are my all-time favorites, because one is just sexually amusing and the other one is embarrassing.
As I live and
amusing.
breathe, you're the Grey Warden everyone's been talking about.
And I think that's why my top ones are like Alistair and Cullen and all that. The other ones are like Zevran and Ironbolt. They're just so blunt. And they're another one that I absolutely love. But is there something I could do for you?
I represent the Blackstone Irregulars. We're a mercenary company that fell on hard times after the war with Orlais. I'm sure you know that times are getting worse every day. With your help, the Irregulars could be of use to Ferelden once more.
How can I be of service?
Our leaders thought you might be willing to help. Each of our posts in Ferelden will contain letters addressed to you. Unlike most who work with us, you're getting letters straight from Raelnor and Tauran, our leaders. I hope this tells you how highly the Irregulars regard the Grey Wardens.
I'll take a look.
Thank you. When you've completed a mission, just return to me or any of our members stationed at an Irregulars post. We'll make sure your efforts are rewarded. Maker's blessings light your path.
Okay, and I almost forgot about this. I was chatting away. I've been doing a lot of that lately. That's on. Nearest. Oh. Pinning shot. South, surrounded by 2 enemies. We're gonna use this one. And then enemy that has armor type. I'm gonna go high, medium armor, and we're gonna use shadow shot. Okay. Scraping the barrel. Scraping the barrel, my friend. There are a number of people who pledged to aid the Blackstone Irregulars in the time of need. Those times are now. Here you will find 3 letters of conscripts. Deliver them to the people listed below and return the Irregulars for your payment. Should any of these people refuse, do what you must to get them to honor their oaths. Conscripts. Darnell Grierson, Redcliffe, Peter Griff, Lothering, Varl Barn, Denerom. Your friend, Torrent. Dereliction of duty. And it's halfway down here. My friend, the Irregulars require a trusted agent to track down and deal with deserters. Do this, and you will be rewarded. These deserters took with them the valuable supplies crucial to the Irregulars' future as the supplier of martial services. Deal with these wastes of space as you see fit and bring the supplies back as proof that the problem has been dealt with. We will ask no questions as to your methods or the final condition of the deserters. Use your own discretion. You will Likely find them in the following locations: Samuel, Lake Callahan, Lyson, Denerim, Torrens, Frostback Mountains. Your friend, Torin. Alright. I believe we're going to cut that here. And want to say thanks for watching, you guys. And you have a good one. I'm going to try editing this here before my son's graduation. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye now.